But let's go back into this. When we came into the physical realm, we were already advanced. And we enjoyed thousands of years of civilization based on nature. But by no means were we hunting and gathering and was not very advanced. At that particular time, we had the full detailed files of knowledge of the universe, the omniverse, and worlds to come, and prior worlds already in us. We had TV sets, but not necessarily TV sets that you would know of as tubes and all that. Everything that we had it in the detailed files in our mind. We had a complete system of everything that there was that came equipped with every African on the planet. We could communicate with each other, what you call now clairvoyance. You know what I'm saying? Telepathy. Those are mild. You see what I'm saying? We can travel to several places at one time just by standing still. All this through the melanin context. Now, like I said in other lectures, I often wondered, why is it that Africa, the rest of Africa, didn't build the large monuments like Hemmitt? It wasn't until I got into the esoteric science that I understood in all this that Africans had detailed files. The Hemmitt and the large monuments was only necessary when they understood that based on the lowering of the vibratory rate, that they would become more and more condensed into the physical bodies and become more and more reliant on the five senses. And the other senses would become dormant because of the vibratory rate in the cycle. So it was a race between time, it was a race against time, that they had to go and build these large monuments and record the detailed files that's already in the African mind onto papyrus and large temple walls and statues and all types of different aspects. Even on the chairs they had, they recorded things. Hold on a minute. So, it was a race against time. So, Hemmitt's entire history was to record what was inside of the African, or if you want to put it, Atlantean, or the ancient black person's mind. And as a result, you get everything from inner. Education is to draw out. And you get everything. You see what I'm saying? With Hemmitt, and we're going to go into some of that, because what was the ultimate goal? Why also ultimately did they have to do this? You had a question right quick or something? Okay. In so many words, they understood that this vibratory people are going where they're going to go. No matter whether you Christian, Buddhist, hoe, killer, no good, piece of shit, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only an illusion. It don't matter whether you eat 4,000 goddamn pieces of hog butt. It don't matter. Ultimate vegetarian. You see what I'm saying? Don't matter if you're a drunk. Don't matter if you're a crackhead. You all go in the same place if you got a soul. This has nothing to do with your behavior whatsoever. Whether you got sugar in your tank, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that stuff. It has nothing to do with behavior. Now all the other groups gonna tell you otherwise. Them motherfuckers don't know shit. Number one, I will say this. You can't buy your way out of this. You can't make no deals with the devil. And I'll say this because I don't want to put no spoof on nobody that's coming for liberation.
But in the last days, the devil is going to talk about reparations. He's going to talk about reparations. He's going to talk about giving you all this money to keep you from taking back your planet.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about no Black's Law Dictionary, because my thing is, if the white man didn't want you to know about it, you couldn't go to no Barnes and Nobles to get it. Otherwise, you could have gotten it from Barnes and Nobles in 1947. All this is one thing. You want money, and the Brotherhood has already said that you're supposed to get your planet back. Now, what's it going to be? You going to go for a few 30 pieces of silver, or you going to get your doggone planet back? You understand what I'm saying? Number two, like I said, you, in your original form, you was not into what this particular civilization that you see, even in Kemet. All you Egyptologists, and believe me, I'm an Egyptologist too. That's what I'm trained in as far as things. You did not come from Kemet. You came from Atlantis and Lemuria, or Alchemoria, places that you don't want to claim, not a damn white boy claiming it. And at that particular time, just like Manetho said, you were gods. And anything that you could think of in your mind, you used to could do with your body, both physical and spiritual. So therefore, if the earth is taking another spin in the 26,000 year history and going back to the original form, all this doggone thing that you're trying to build is not even the point. You won't even recognize this planet in the next 2-3 years. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, my concern is not for you to get all caught up in trying to get paid and trying to make equal this white man society. At this particular time, you're supposed to be doing one thing and one thing only, and that's becoming gods. And anything that you spend time on is keeping you from going within. You understand what I'm saying? So now let's get...
If you die and don't have a certain amount of knowledge, you can be caught in an endless cycle of reincarnations until you learn that knowledge, or if you had a certain amount of knowledge until you gain it back. If you don't have a training to preserve yourself beyond the physical body. So the whole thing of lining the tombs up with all this writing and all this particular stuff is so the person who was dying could understand who he was and be conscious of who he was, so he could make a certain transition and don't have to go to the light to recycle himself back down here as an idiot. We'll go into...
Now, this book you want to get is on... See, all you had to do to get past this devil stuff is study the damn thing, but we don't study nothing. Because we so stuck in religion, we can't get past it. Here's a book called Devils, the Perspectives of Evil in Antiquity and Primitive Christianity. Jeffrey Burton Russell. Now, the devil has horns. You see the horns on the devil. Anybody ever seen the black goddess Hathor or Heru with the horns? That's where they got it from. The Greeks borrowed the horns and put on the god Pan. The Christians trying to turn everything against it wasn't in their religion evil.
Thank you.
They turned the picture of Hathor, the golden calf in the Bible, as evil.
Right.
Later on, they turned the god Pan, which is a later form of the god Sut Typhon, the oldest one, evil. You see what I'm saying? So when they talk about the devil is evil, they're talking about the most ancient God who is God. Jesus said, Satan, get behind me, which means I'm backed by the powers of Satan. Let me explain this. Let me show you a picture of this. You all got to get this stuff and bear witness to it. Let me show you a picture of this. Look, just get you a regular picture of the yin and yang sign so everybody know what I'm talking about. Everybody seen the yin and yang sign. You call it the Kung Fu sign. Right? This side is light. That means Christ. Right? That means Christ. But that's putting the cart before the horse. That's why you couldn't get back to your ancient juice, because you put the cart before the horse. The light comes from the black. In the beginning there was blackness, and then there comes light. The black is called Satan. Satan or Soot. Soot, the black soot. In your head is the medulla oblongata behind your neck, where it's the most concentrated part of the medulla, at the base of the skull and the top of the spine. So when Jesus says, Satan, get behind me, he's saying, I got my battery, which raises the black dot and turns me into Christ. You see what I'm saying? Because from the darkness, you get the light. And without the darkness, you can't get the light. So you've been worshiping the light, and the white boy done locked up all your dark stuff, which is the battery, in the British Museum. So you've been worshiping the vehicle, which is a car, but a car is only aluminum and fiberglass. The real stuff that run a car is the carbonated battery and the gas, but the gas comes from crude oil, which is what? Carbon. That's the mysteries of Satan. So when he say, Satan, get behind me, it's a metaphysical book talking about the head of the Christ. You are all Christ, because is it not written in your law that you are all gods? The black part where the melanin is called the mouth of God. At the base of the skull and the top of the